So when you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up? I think we kind of answered that with the
Rock star.
rock star.
I mean, I started playing guitar at 5 years old,
Yeah.
5, 6 years old.
What's your favorite restaurant in the area?
Oh, man. Well, they've changed since COVID. I have not been as active. My wife and I going downtown and just, meandering around the city. I think our restaurants are kind of moving out into like Oconomowoc, Lago, something.
Oh, La Gusabella?
Yeah.
That Italian place?
Yeah.
Right by Oconomowoc? Yeah,
It's one of my favorite.
I haven't
I
been.
can't remember the dang name, but
La Gusabella, I think it is.
yeah, it's
I need to
incredible.
go there. 2 people have told me to go there.
It's off the charts.
What's your favorite thing to order there? What's good? Everything, pretty much? I feel like
I hate to say everything, but I'll tell you, everything is amazing. I've never had a bad meal, and I've had, other than maybe steak, I'm not a big steak person, but everything, all the pasta, just incredible. Yeah. So we pulled back over the course of time with after COVID, and we started really focusing on eating out in the burbs. But Lago's really,
I need to try it.
you have to. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
All right. Did you have a mentor or a big inspiration throughout the process or growing up?
Not an official type mentor. I never had a board of directors where there was a lot of people that, just suggested it might be really good and helpful. And I think for the right business, it'd be great. We were different. So we were building a company that really had very little connective tissue to the local industry, except for Miller Brewing Company. There are other companies, of course, but you remember we were selling experiential, and that was something very new. Some companies were just really getting in on their own on just advertising, traditional advertising. So we didn't really pitch with many companies. Johnsonville was, I'd have to say, probably the most successful after Miller on a local basis. We did the big grilling truck that tours.
Yeah. That huge
hydraulically opens up, and I don't know how many we had. And that was actually one of my my first employee, and one of my best friends. He passed away, Brian Buskey. He came up with that idea, and that's where I'm telling you, great ideas find a place. He, I don't know what we were talking about. It was just, we were just kind of having a beer and just talking about something. He thought, oh, it'd be great, because we were creating all these big experiential trucks. And he thought, wouldn't it be great to take one of those tanker type trucks and trailers and have it created into a giant grill that unfolds. It was an amazing idea. So we went up, he and I went up to pitch directly Ralph Stair, the owner. Ralph's long retired, and met him multiple times down in Naples, Florida, where he's living. But it just, I can't remember exactly where I was going with it, but great ideas can happen anywhere, and they'll find a home. And so we were in a business, I think you're asking, mentors or advisory board. Look, I think, don't know your businesses, but I think advisory boards are really helpful. Get key people on. They can make introductions. They can move your business forward way better today than maybe back in the day for us. Only because we were in an industry that was so new. We had to sell people on the concept of doing event marketing.
Right.
They weren't inclined or predisposed to doing it. If we were selling advertising, be different. then I think a board of directors and having a board would be helpful. Today would be helpful in any business because, I mean, there's not much that's new that people don't hear about today.
Mm-hmm.
But back in the day, we just never did it.
Yeah.
And there's no regret. I think my only regret was not having the digital platforms like LinkedIn and Facebook and all that. We had Rolodex, if you even know what that is.
I feel like I do. Is that like where you like write down people's names and like I'm supplement
or staple a card to flips a little paper that flips around and everybody would have a Rolodex.
Huh.
And so, you know, unlike today and social media, you can pretty much stay connected to whoever you want.
Right.
Back in the day, you had to go through your Rolodex and go, who haven't I talked to for a while? It was so cumbersome, so silly. But that was the reality. So advisory boards can connect you. Today's social media has you connected,
Mm-hmm.
uber connected to everyone and everything. I'm not saying it's easier to do business today. It's just different.
Yeah.
But in some ways, it is much easier. You can, I guess maybe, I don't know if you could fail faster or grow faster. You know, some whatever industry you're choosing. Love to hear about your business and stuff. I love hearing people's ideas about business. Oh man,
Yeah.
I just, you know, that's probably one of the biggest things that I'm known for whenever I'm out somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more interested in hearing about what someone else is doing than what I've done or whatever. But it's inspiring.
We'll wrap up these last two questions, then we can chat about it for a little bit. So you can ask me questions. So what's your favorite hobby?
I don't really have a hobby. I golf, but I really suck at it. But you know, I guess music would be it. If it's not curating music for my own pleasure, it's playing music. You know, grab a guitar. I'm just kind of self-taught piano and plunking around stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But they always tell you don't retire before you have a really amazing hobby.
Yeah.
And that's so true.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do struggle with it. But I never really fully retired up till about this past year. So I had other businesses going on, side businesses, whatever. We have now one of my very dear friends and former employee. He was our managing director in Europe, but he's from Chicago, Mark Bushala. He's like a genius savant. He left GMR, came back from Europe, was with us, and then he left. He said, "Hey, I really want to get into the restaurant business," and then the distilled spirits business. I invested in every one of his projects and did so well that I have other friends that I brought in. So we have 2 restaurants in Chicago. We created, and when I say we're passive investors, but always still very connected on ideas. But the dogs are all, and probably it's getting close to supper times. That's the only reason they come down.
Yes.
But hey, Ollie, get it. Sorry. So always doing some businesses, and actually Mark created Angel's Envy.
We didn't talk about that, huh?
And we again, I'll use the collective we sold it to Bacardi about 6 years ago. It was a great return. And then we have other brands out there, but we launched one with Bob Dylan, and it's called Heaven's Door.
Okay.
And back on the bar there, blowing the scenes out of it. so good. I think I think we'll sell it. But Bob is very active with the brand. This wasn't an endorsement deal.
Mm-hmm.
He actually helped curate that brand.
Huh. All right, last question. What advice do you have for if a young entrepreneur were to come up to you and say, what's just one thing of advice starting out?
It's your effort. It's all how much you're willing to work.
Okay.
And I just find so often that I just see and we hear on the news, just, people, they're only going to take a remote job. They're only going to do this. Oh, okay, that's cool, man. But there wasn't even remote jobs, up until we had the COVID.
Yeah.
Sure, there was some, but I just don't see people as hardworking. They lack the work ethic, and so that would be my biggest. I'm not going to say, hey, you should have a better work ethic, because I'm not going to say that to somebody, but you have to have a work ethic that's you got to be willing to put in 7 days a week, and you got to be willing to forego buying stuff or doing things and traveling and whatever. I think that's just my opinion, but I'm kind of a maniacal at my approach to what you have to do to make a business successful.